GOP rep spells out Biden family corruption. CNN host ends conversation. How dare you talk about the corruption of Biden? That's just you. We're not gonna have this on this show. We're not gonna talk about Biden's corruption, even though we got all this evidence to prove that Biden is one of the most corrupt presidents in history. His son was his bag man that will go in and collect money from these from our adversaries, from China and from Russia and things like that. How dare you spell out this truth? We're not going to talk about this on this platform. It's basically what happened. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to play the clip. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Newsbusters, and they report that in one of the few times right-leaners weren't outnumbered on CNN's Thunderdome, aka CNN Newsnight. I think that's more Piers Morgan is more like the Thunderdome, but I get the sentiment here because they don't she don't really let them have conservatives have much say on her show. She'll cut them off like she's gonna do tonight. I mean on this episode. But anyway, on Thursday night, Republican Congressman Mike Lawler, with backup from CNN commentators Scott Jennings and Coleman Hughes, spelled out the Biden family corruption scheme, only to have host Abby Phillip cut short their conversation with claims she'll only talk about it if formal charges were brought, despite being reminded that Hunter Biden's pardon covered covered the alleged time period. As they were reaching to a recent tone deaf and false complaint from President Biden that he supposedly didn't have much money, given how he'd worked in government his whole life. Hughes pointed out that the president has no leg to stand on, given his family's alleged antics. Um, he said, quote, I think Biden should not talk about money at all. I think the Biden family got away with murder in the sense that, metaphorically, in the sense that they really escaped a lot of close scrutiny over their foreign business deals. Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, etc. He explained. And that's true. Like, what's wrong with what he said there? That's absolute fact. We've seen the emails. We've seen the documents. We've seen the pictures of Biden meeting with with Hunter Biden's business partner who he said he never met before. We got a picture of them um taking pictures together and stuff like that. Like we have the evidence, so you can talk about this. Well, far left columnist Solomon Jones invokes some supreme whataboutism by trying to shift the focus to President-elect Trump, saying, quote, I'm trying to figure out why we're talking about corruption when you've got a convicted felon. Here you go. You've got a convicted felon. That's all they got. That's all they got. That you're sitting here defending who's getting ready to be the president of the United States, he won. Phillips stepped in to scold Hughes that such speculative conversations about Democrats would not be happening on her show. It's not speculative when you literally got the evidence, you got the emails saying that these things are happening, you got his former business partner saying that these things are happening. It's not speculative. But let's play this clip here.
Look, Coleman, I hear what you're saying, and I've told this to Scott too. Uh, all of that you're saying is very speculative. I am still waiting
Speculative?
after 4 years of Donald
Right?
Did
Trump
money not
and
change hands?
That's what I said.
Scott, Scott,
Did it not?
4 years of Donald Trump, 4 years of a Joe Biden DOJ looking into these very things. I'm still waiting to see
Well, he can't be
the
charged. He's the
proof,
president.
right? I'm
Joe
still waiting.
Biden can't be
But I'm
charged.
just you don't. I'm not talking about
Well,
charges.
I,
I'm
I
still
I will
waiting to
just
see
tell
the
you.
proof of Joe Biden enriching himself.
Oh
I
my
take his
God.
brother and his son
I'll give
perhaps,
you. I'll give you.
but
I'll
that is
give
I
you
think that
the
has yet to
direct line.
materialize.
I'll
Otherwise,
give you the
your
direct line.
colleague
A
James
Chinese,
Comer could have produced the evidence, and he
he
didn't.
did. A Chinese company transferred money to a shell company owned by Hunter and Jim Biden. that then transferred money directly to Jim and Sarah Biden's shell company, that then transferred the money to Jim and Sarah's personal
Facts.
account, who then immediately wrote a check for $40,000 to Joe Biden.
Congressman,
So to
guys
say
have-
there
That's
was
all
no
facts.
evidence,
listen.
to say there was no evidence is not true.
We have to
It's
go.
not true.
What I'm saying is that Trump was president for 4 years. He wanted to charge Joe Biden. Why did the charges not come? And I think that still remains an open question. If there is something illegal happening here, there should be charges on the basis of what you're saying, and there have not been.
Well,
That
Are
is-
you
that is
kidding
a
me?
fact.
He just pardoned Hunter
That is
for an
that is a
11-year
fact.
time
He
period.
pardoned Hunter Biden
An
to get out of
11,
all of it.
an
Abby.
11-year time
He
period.
just wiped the slate.
Hang on, guys. Hang on, guys.
Jim will be
guys.
next, by the way.
We're waiting. We're waiting for the charges, and when the charges come, we'll have a conversation about that. I
Wow.
promise you that. Solomon Jones, thank you very much for joining us. Everyone else, hang tight. Coming up next.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous, right? She just squashed it. All they were stating were facts. Everything they said was absolutely true, verifiable. You can look it up yourself. But Jennings confronted Phillip on her false claim that the connections were speculative and pointed out that suspicious money had indeed changed hands among the Biden family. Still, Phillip claimed that there's no proof anything. It's crazy. Quote, otherwise, your colleague James Comer could have produced the evidence and he didn't. Well, he did. He did. Like Lawler said he did. Lawler shot back and explained, I'll give you the direct line. We played that clip and stuff. Uh, and the problem is, the issue is, Abby Phillip don't know this information. I've been reporting on this for years. I got the receipts. I got the messages from the emails, the investigations, all of that stuff we've covered here before. And the problem with this is you got Democrats like Abby Phillip who don't know this stuff, don't have this information. So when you hit her with this information, she automatically say that it's speculative. I think she genuinely do not know about this stuff. She lives in her Democrat bubble and don't know that these things are happening. But we got the receipts. We got the proof. This is not speculative. This is fact. That's exactly why Joe Biden went in and gave his son a 10 or 11 year freaking pardon. That's how long they've been doing this. How long they've been having this kickback scheme, these favors for money. This is how long they've been doing this, for like 11 years. So of course he's going to give his son a pardon on that. And it's not speculative, because if it was speculative, he would have only gave him a pardon for those couple of years when he dumped that gun off, and that would have been it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.